say, unless we just kind of see Rise, you know, run away with it like we saw before last week.
Exactly. And we will be getting right into things here on Consulate as we do have everybody set up and in the lobby. We're going to be going through the bans here, and it will be Orgless starting on defense first off. So they're going to be banning the attack operator. They're going to be banning the Capitao. So that's a good ban. I like that ban just because of those firebolts, especially for a map like Consulate. It's definitely going to allow for a lot more. A lot less cover from smoke, obviously, and then those positions, those anchor positions, are going to be able to be played a lot more safely because there aren't going to be firebolts. So I definitely think that these are some good bans coming out, especially the Nomad too. Consulate is a big Nomad ban map.
If you want to play like a heavy jump out defense, which Orgless I would say would much more rather play than a standardized sit and wait defense. They're going to want to get aggressive on defense as much as possible. The Capitao ban for Rise Nation, like you said, bolsters defensive positions overall in general. It also strengthens Jaeger in the sense that Jaeger's ADSs are now that much more powerful because they can catch all the smokes being thrown by all the operators as opposed to just the smokes and grenades and things by, like, you know, the regular operators other than Capitao. The Mira ban seems to just be constant, but we do have Echo and Maestro still up. Mira ban on this map seems to be much more prevalent than I would anticipate, just because, like, in my opinion, I don't really see sites that are really viable for Mira most of the time, in terms of like where she can actually position and like where her Mira windows can be placed to give an advantageous position. But
Yeah.
it's, you know, it's obviously Mira's banned for a reason. They just don't want to play against it, mainly probably because they don't scrim with it. So, you know, some six picks coming out. This could be pretty good, but England on Sledge here, so Castle might not be the most ideal operator for this. I would say that if they kept mute, they could defend the bathroom a lot better, at least. If that's going to be their play, we see a lot of teams like to do that. They like to defend the
Attackers
bathroom
need
near
to locate
piano.
and defuse bombs.
Just delay the attack as long as possible and retreat back to the site, and that hatch doesn't really give too much of their position away in terms of map control. So,
Yeah, I definitely agree with what you were saying about that Mira ban. I think it's an interesting ban for Consulate. But either way, it definitely seems like they've got a plan for it. Rise or Orgless, sorry. But again, they're gonna be starting on the basement, which is always interesting as well because you'll normally see teams start on the top floor inside a console. But it's always nice to throw the attack off. You're not going to really throw too many people off at this level of play because most teams are going to bring that hard destructor no matter what. But it does seem like we're going to be seeing a roam on this top floor, opening up the bathroom hatch and setting a lot of reinforcements along with utility around this piano and bathroom area in antechamber. So definitely curious to see how that is going to work out for the attack here.
right, so as Adam is going to be opening up the cabin windows and just trying to drone out and see what he can find, Ass is going to be positioning himself outside of piano with the opportunity to potentially throw some track stingers in place to lock down some of the defender movement. What is happening?
I'm just lowering the volume. It's really loud.
Gotcha. Acid taking out that camera right there and going back onto his drone as the attackers are just droning out upstairs, trying to take control as long as possible, with Beastly holding down the yellow staircase to ensure that no defenders are rotating exactly to try to flank their position. Adam right now was watching the bottom of Visa's whole office, which is actually really unexpected looking position, but Kraken playing inside the bathroom right now just needs to stay alive as long as possible and delay for as long as possible. He knows that this hatch is momentarily going to get opened up at some point. Just waiting for it. Obviously, they know where these attackers are coming from and where their position is located. England getting a spot onto Castle right now. Could go for some sledgehammers through the floor. It's just going to open the hatch first. Not quite dropped. It's falling right into Kraken's shots. It's just going to be opening the floor above, and Adam's actually going to go onto Kraken. And then gets traded out immediately by Trippin. So this position's still being held pretty aggressively by the defenders, and they've wasted almost 2 minutes. He can take back downstairs if he wants. Just going to shoot that drone and try to waste a little bit more time as holes are opened up below to give him that much more cover as Barnes playing on the yellow staircase behind the shield. So that's something else that England has to save his nades for. But England actually going to drop down and just absolutely trip it in the dirt while opening the floor above, as Beast is going to try to open up the garage. 50 seconds left. This is looking pretty good for the attack, but the defenders still have smoke and they still have Maestro, so they could do a lot of damage here when actually execute the site.
Yeah, definitely a lot of utility left here on the defense to also deny this attack. We still have 3 smokes and Maestro cameras possibly. There's a lot of time that's been wasted on this clear on the top floor with the wall only being opened up with 30 seconds left. We're going to see Acid try to take control of yellow stairs as they're just going for a few drones here. Could possibly see Beastly going for the plant as they do know where the Maestro camera is. Kind of in a weird spot, so I don't know if England's going to be able to get this grenade on to the camera or not. It doesn't look like it's going to be able to hit, so that intel is going to persist as it's going to be the push coming out with 10 seconds left. England going to come down the spiral stairs. Could possibly catch Glamoji off guard, but they do have these these barricades on the back. This could actually be a cleanup. This is actually a team kill, but no, it's going to be Glamoji who cleans things up onto the planter of Beastly. Nice round there for the Bandit to, I mean, you don't even need to kill everybody if you can just deny the plant.
Yeah, the ability for them to waste as much time as they did upstairs and then to still have their direct plant denial in place, unable to get rid of that Maestro cam was a big problem. If Adam was still alive, he would be the correct operator to try to use to get rid of that. Obviously, he did his job, though, taking out Tracken and getting traded out by Trippin just to try to gain control of the bathroom. They pretty much have to take control of that if they want to have control of above the site at all. So that is, the purpose of the defense being there. But I think that overall that was very well played by Orgless just to waste as much time as possible. I think that was the most important part of that round.
Yes, and just to kind of break the third wall real quick, if there's anything wrong with the stream, please tell me in chat, because, or if you even want to look at it, Rams, that'd be awesome, because a lot of my settings didn't really save over, and I'm not even able to use my my voice meter, so my voice might be really loud as well. So just let me know like what I need to fix, and we're gonna try to get it done. But either way, around
they say that my voice is low.
Yes.
I might just have to put my mic closer to the
I turned you up in Discord, so
okay.
Hopefully that fixes it.
Yeah.
But yeah, again, just let us know like what's going on. So either
it looks okay to me. Like,
yeah.
When I'm watching it to my left right now, it looks okay to me.
Okay. All right. Perfect. Okay. Either way, back to the match. We're gonna be seeing the top floor now from Orgless, and it looks like we're gonna be seeing a yellow stairs hold, and gonna be seeing not a lot of utility towards the side of admin, as it's not gonna. I mean, that's not gonna matter. It looks like the attack is gonna be coming in through the CEO office. So, gonna be seeing Beastly gonna be tossing in a few of his flashbangs to try to clear out any of the ADS. We'll do a little bit of drone work as well, just to see if they can't clear anything out. A lot of utility here to deny like the flanks and rotates. We're gonna be seeing claymores on the piano windows in case anybody tries to jump out of those. So it looks like Rise are really trying to cross their T's and dot their I's here on this attack, as they don't really want to throw it away. Basically like they did last round. I think that they had that last round in the bag, and it just came up to an unfortunate play and a smart play from Glamoji at the end.
Yeah, we see Adam and Acid staying pretty stagnant right now in their positioning. They're just pretty much sitting on pre-placed drones and watching angles that they eventually think the defenders will try to rotate through, and this does make sense. It's right now pretty much up to England, Beastly, and Vandal to try to make something happen on the site. They pretty much have control of what they need. They're just trying to get rid of the ADS in the bathroom right now to try to get, I believe it's Tracken out of position. I can't tell by the operator, but Glow is actually going to pick up a kill onto Vandal. Looks like he was downstairs in piano. He's going to find one. That's Thatcher off the board, so not a big deal in terms of the utility being placed, but Adam right now trying to pinch with him, both looking through the piano doorway. They could walk into a crossfire not knowing that the other defender is sitting in there. Tracken takes the other one down onto Adam, and Trippin just fighting England on the staircase. Tracken been hit down to very, very low health. Trippin could dock him if he wants, and is actually going to pixel angle. Can't quite hit it though, as he's going to lose the fight to England instead. This is very, very close as England needs to push up the yellow staircase with only 45 seconds left, but the defense still has firm control of yellow stairs, retreating back into the bathroom now. And Glow still playing by the circle desk as Blarn playing inside of the connector and shrines in the long hallway, just looking for windows. England and the rest of Rise Nation held in place by the defensive utility. That smoke is going to halt their progress moving further as a track stinger does get thrown out. England just looking for this shot on track, and he's very, very low health. I doubt Tracken will peek at all. It's going to have to be an excellent pre-fire from England to dispatch him. And it looks like Tracken's going to win that fight onto England. Shrines just waiting for the peek coming from the console window. Not quite catching it. Acid, oh no, he will catch it actually. Blarn will take him out, and Acid peeking from yellow stairs will lose the fight to Shrines. And it is very difficult for me to see in this Discord.
Yeah, I have
Discord stream. I am going to switch it to a call. Let's switch it to a call.
Okay. But either way, there we're going to be seeing round number 3. Go ahead and just add me to the call whenever you're ready.
Yeah.
I don't know that, honestly, I don't know that the call is going to be even much better. Discord kind of sucks whenever it comes down to Discord really sucks whenever it comes to
yeah, then share your stream with me. Yeah, or share your screen. Yeah, there we go. That should. Yeah, this looks much better already.
What about that? Oh wait, that's not even the right thing. Hold on.
Oh good. Oh no. What have you done?
Hold on. Bam.
Attackers need to locate
This is better.
bombs.
Yes.
We're good.
It is much better. I apologize for any of the delay in my commentary there. I was doing as best I could.
Yeah,
with
I can tell you were a little
jumping all
slow.
over the
Like, I can
place.
always tell whenever the codecaster can't see anything.
Yeah.
Because like the Discord screen sharing is very bad. And I even have Discord Nitro, which allows me to like do it in like 1080p, and then but like if I do it in 1080p, I have to have it in 30 frames. So I'm on 720 right now, and I mean even right now it looks kind of laggy on the screen.
10 seconds
But
insertion.
either way, we're gonna try to.
It might have been.
5 seconds insertion.
It might have been better the way you had it the very first time that you had it up.
Really?
Attackers are
Yeah.
heading out.
Let's see.
Like the way I saw it right when we started the call was like perfect.
Let's see. Like this? That's not the right thing again. Like this.
Yes. Yes. This is much, much better.
Okay. All right, we're gonna keep it like this right now. And again, we're sorry. This is what you get when you don't have a production team. Okay. So, oh my God,
Whoa.
2 kills right off the bat here. Only 30 seconds into the round. What was his angle from Shrines? That's what I want to know. I think he killed him. Oh my God, yeah, he was trying to enter in through the garage, and Shrines just deleted him off the map. So that's honestly a
You shot him through the floor.
Yeah.
You shot him through the floor. It had a hole looking straight at the garage. That was great.
Yeah, that was a 200 IQ play, and just deleted the player. So nice play there from Blarn. He tries to go for the shot off the shield, but just barely misses.
Attackers have located a bomb.
So yeah, with 2 minutes left, 2 attackers already gone. They do still have
nades,
impacts, track stingers. If the attackers can link up, they could make something happen. They could execute off of it, but no. Beastly is going to get taken out by Tracken pushing up, and whoa, that was weird. It's almost like Tracken could see him through the wall.
Yeah,
That was that
Tracken's
looked
hacking.
very. There, I know he was shooting a drone, but the timing of it looked ridiculous. Tracken playing on the yellow staircase as Acid has come in through the console windows. Adam is unfortunately going to hit a Legion Mine, giving away his position at the bottom of yellow stairs. As he now comes up yellow, is going to be looking towards Piano. He needs to go for a pre-fire, but no, the pre-fire is going to come right back at him from Shrines. And now Acid, all by himself, going to take a ton of damage from Tracken, but is eventually going to win the fight now with Acid on very, very low health. If he would have kept shooting, he might have hit Shrines there, but it was so close. Shrines still going to win the fight, though. Can't win a fight versus Maestro at that range with that little health. And that fire rate on the, I think it's the F-33, is just not optimal in that scenario. So, Rise going down 3 rounds already. What do you think? What do you think's going on? What do you think's going through their heads?
I don't know. Maybe this is just the Orgless that we've been waiting to see, and they're finally stepping up. Because, like you said earlier, they definitely have the potential in the lineup that they have to really be dominant. But we just haven't been able to see what's going on, or we haven't been able to see them like to their full potential. in other sense, this isn't like the normal Rise that we've been seeing. We've seen Rise be fairly dominant on Consulate last week against Adventure Force, I believe
Yeah,
that's
it was
who they
Adventure
played.
Force.
Yeah, so this is definitely not the coordinated and the lethal Rise that we have seen in the past, and so definitely look to see them try to figure something out here. As I'm surprised to see them drop 3 rounds in a row early on.
The biggest difference I'm seeing between the two matches that we witnessed, like we're seeing this one now versus Orgless, and then what we saw last week versus Adventure Force, is Rise don't seem to be able to gather the intel that they had last week. Like last week, they had intel. They pushed off their intel. They won the fights. They would lose some people. Then they'd reevaluate their position based off the intel that they could still gather, and then they were always able to put something together. At this point, they seem disjointed in some way. It doesn't seem like they have everything that they've had recently at their disposal. And it just could be the way that Orgless are playing. This bringing the castle to defend Piano has kind of been something that fell out of favor and we haven't seen in a long time. And I think that Rise are actually going to be changing their attack a little bit. Even though they're going to go for upstairs control, like initially, I feel like they're going to have to push out the Piano area a different way. And I feel like there's really only 2 ways to do it. They really have to take control of console like they did before, but they have to be able to lock down the angles that the defenders are going to be rotating through to try to escape from Piano and retreat back to the site. But because I don't think they really had that before. England now coming in through the bathroom has droned out his surroundings. Just gonna be taking out the camera and taking control like we said before. Beastly still looks like he's watching yellow stairs. I can see his outline outside. And they're just gonna have to figure out how to push out the players playing inside of Piano and bathroom. That's the only thing that really holding them back. We saw Adam come from the circle desk before. England's just gonna have to do a lot of reconstruction here, and I'm surprised they're not taking a buck to play against some of this, because I feel like Buck would be so much more optimal in the sense that he could even open the floor from all the way upstairs. His ass is going to pick one off onto Trippin, so that's a good pick, just playing a little bit more patiently. That is the castle now removed, and Tracken is playing right at the hatch, just waiting to drop down in case anybody challenges him, but still holding the position to try to pick off any attackers that happen to walk into his sights in the bathroom. England can't open the floor any more than what he can right now. And I think he did see Tracken fall down. Did he see him fall down the hatch? As Tracken's actually going to be running out from the back of kitchen. He's going to be going for a flank, but that drone being taken out is going to alert Vandal to exactly what's going on, and he's still going to be watching the flank. This is what we saw out of him the last time they were on Consulate. Lots of flank watching and in CCTV on border. At the same time, as more track stingers are coming out, it's going to force Blarn to relocate from the yellow staircase, looking up the hatch, trying to retreat back to the small office to throw the smokes from the position that he wants. Tracken now dedicated himself to watching the back, waiting for the attack coming from the opposite side once after the wall gets opened up to try to force the defenders' lines of sight into different directions. Beastly now opening up the entire garage. Are we going to see a plant attempt out of them? We do have acid with smokes, but more gas canisters getting thrown out from Blarn from the hallway. Vandal taking down one onto Glomoji. Not quite sure what position that was in, but Adam is just holding the position onto Tracken. He saw him just for a second, is now aware fully of his position. Tracken's going to be waiting patiently, knowing that Adam is probably near him. Is going to be throwing concussions to try to halt his movement as Vandal pushes down the stairs with him. Are they going to win the fight? Yes. Vandal easily dispatches of Tracken, and now opening the hallway door is going to push down, and it's just a clean sweep from Rise, a flawless round. That was a huge difference in what we saw before. Very much more planned out and methodical than just kind of like haphazardly walking into areas and getting gunned down.
That main wall didn't get opened up until the final 30 seconds of the round, and once they finally got the wall opened up, you just saw Rise just come out of the gates and really made that push happen, not only pinching out those players on the backside near Archives, but also pinching them from the front. And so that was the exact kind of coordination that we've been waiting to see from Rise, and it's definitely a good sign for them to try to pick up a few more rounds here in this first half until they make their way to their own defenses. So definitely looking to see if they can make this a 3-3 tie and possibly bring 3 in a row of their own. But definitely looking to Orgless here. They've got to try to close this half out with at least a 4-2 lead. If they can get one more round here before the half switches, I definitely think that favors them tremendously. As I would say that Consulate is a defender-sided map. So It's not necessarily the best position to be in, as we could see Rise do the exact same on their own defenses, but you definitely need to take that advantage going into the second half on an attack.
That pinch on the backside of near Archives onto Kraken was very well executed. They had the correct operators in the right positions to perform that. Pretty much, what it came down to was Adam seeing Kraken just for a split second, seeing the barrel of his gun come around the corner. Vandal waiting for Adam to concuss Kraken, and they both challenge together. Because if they challenge one at a time, Kraken has a better chance of winning both of the gunfights, as opposed to a gunfight at the same time. In worst case scenario, Kraken kills one, and then he gets traded out immediately. So that was really important there, because that could have shut down the push in terms of the directional, situational awareness that the defenders would have had to have had at that time. Because I think what ended up happening, I think Glow got picked off from inside of sight by Vandal at the top of Visa Stairs, which is a long angle looking all the way pretty much to the back of White Van. So, you know, at some point as a defender, you are going to walk in front of that, and that just comes down to, you know, player experience, as lots of the site is actually getting pushed immediately, and it looks like some of these, what was that? Were those concussions destroying some pre-placed,
I think it was an impact
pre-placed
destroying.
cameras?
Yeah, I think there was a bulletproof camera that the doc was bringing.
Yeah.
I want to say, yeah. So excellent work from the Zofia to take that utility off, like you were saying, and we even have Glomoji down here. We saw him placing some pests down here to try to deny the drones, and we even saw him pick up a drone from England down here on the garage. So definitely using that to his advantage, trying to see if he can't gather any intel onto this push. Is gonna see a little bit of a skirmish here between Kraken and I believe that was Adam on the bathroom window, just trying to see if they can't clear this player out of the bathroom. They need to get control of Yellow Stairs. If they're gonna go for this attack, they need to clear out Yellow Stairs, as there are holes positioned here for anybody just to peek from Yellow Stairs. So they definitely need to get Kraken out of this position and try to make this pushback happen. As it's kind of interesting that they have Trippin down here on a roam. Not a player that can really deny plant. Doesn't have a nitro cell. Could shoot through the floor if he has intel, but like overall, not the best operator to put on a roam in the basement or in the first floor.
I think that the reason they have Trippin playing Doc down there is to try to, you know, they want him to keep control of Piano for as long as possible, and a nice shot from England onto Kraken will actually clear out the Yellow Stairs in the bathroom. This is a pivotal position for the attackers. They have to take control of it if they want to actually attack into console at all. Now just taking out some cameras and some utility, England just going to try to cement his position on the Yellow Staircase, with most likely somebody watching his flank from below to make sure that he does not get removed from that position, because if a defender retakes Yellow Stairs, the attack is pretty much put to a complete halt and will most likely fail, as lots of smokes are going out from both sides. And now Trippin, still with control, is now going to let Glow come in and to try to deny the plant, but he throws the C4 in the wrong spot. Shrines and Trippin, however, are going to pick up some kills, as Acid has to cover the planter going down from Beastly. Is he going to get it? Yes, he is. Right next to that reinforced wall. England going to pick up one under Trippin, and now Beastly's in a great position now if he can use his audio cues to try to figure out where the defenders are coming from. Glow is going to sneak his way up Yellow Stairs, but Beastly's going to take one down onto Shrines, and unfortunately Glow's position has been called out, and England is going to know exactly where he's coming from. Much better attack from Rise that time. I think what I was trying to say before about Trippin playing the Doc down there is that him down there, the defender, say the attackers drone him out and they see, oh, Doc is playing in Piano. The initial response from any smart attacking team is going to say, well, leave him down there, leave Doc alone, because he can't deny the plant. So just leave him there. It doesn't matter that he's there. But he's just occupying that space with a long-range weapon, holding long angles towards long desk and towards the spiral staircase to ensure that Glowmoji can come in late from the bathroom, like just kind of sneak his way in there with unbeknownst to the attackers and try to deny the plant from below. Unfortunately, the intel just wasn't quite there, but that's a good thing that was done by the attackers to take out that bulletproof camera, to make sure that they got rid of those static cameras that could have been calling out their position. So I think that's the train of thought behind it. Obviously, it didn't execute quite well, but I think the train of thought is to just like, let's not challenge the Doc. You know what I mean? Like, let's not try to get this guy at a Piano. He can't deny the plant. There's no reason to really challenge him, and it just didn't quite work out for them based on the positioning and the intel that they had. So That's two good rounds coming out from Rise to try to close out this half 3-3. They're on their last attacking round of the half. If they can close it out 3-3, that bodes well for them based on what we've seen from them so far. It took them a couple rounds to wake up, but they have come back and put down some convincingly good attacks since the first few rounds. I think it just took them a little bit to measure what was going on in terms of how Orgless are defending this. They just want to be able to like get their plan correct as opposed to just trying to like, you know, throw their bodies at it. They've evaluated the position further and have now come back 2 rounds. So I think that Orgless are going to have to start changing up their strategy, or they're going to, you know, going to have to try to wing it here and see if they can just kind of win this next round, because Rise are just looking that much stronger. This is the round that they all got wiped out very early, though, if I'm not mistaken, with Shrines, with the hole looking towards Garage, and everything else. So if Rise are intelligent and are adapting to the snare that they're in, they're going to be anticipating things like that, and they're going to take it much slower. I think they were just trying to get into the building too quickly before, not, you know, not quite crossing their T's and dotting their I's, but I think now they've figured out the way that they need to play, which is slow, methodical, one step at a time kind of style. And the idea behind that is that eventually Orgless will get impatient and just kind of walk into their crosshairs, which does happen. Some teams do get impatient, and you can play to that impatientness and just gain an advantage by default. But I think that Orgless are smart enough to where they won't necessarily fall for that, but they have taken control of the Garage. England throwing some nades up through the bottom of the hatch. This can be an unexpected thing to happen for the defenders playing inside of the bathroom, but it doesn't look like it's going to net any frags at the moment. Beastly still droning above, as Shrines actually was down by one of those grenades. So well thrown by England there, but doesn't quite net the kill. If that would have netted the kill, that would have been huge. That would have made the Evil Eyes pretty much useless, because they are going to be used directly to deny the plant and give intel for as long as possible. With only 1 minute left here, it's looking pretty good for Orgless. As I say that, though, Beastly takes down Traken. That's Jaeger off the board. Not the biggest kill, but an important one. Traken's a huge fragging, has a lot of fragging potential no matter what operator he's playing. Beastly still just watching the flank above, upside down, as England is taking control of the vending machine. With only 44 seconds left, Blarn's going to have to use his smokes very carefully, and Trippin's going to pick up one, but is immediately traded out by Adam. Blarn just holding the angle as smokes are going to go down. One smoke getting thrown out by Blarn himself. He could rotate through the smoke here, but Tracksingers are going to go out to deny his position, as Glow with a perfectly timed peek onto Beastly is going to catch him, and now has full control above the site. This is really, really big. He's just going to wait patiently. The attackers have to go for the plant at some point, and they know this. If they can just play their time and waste it efficiently, as more gas canisters getting thrown out, Adam hitting yet another Legion Mine, bringing him even lower and lower and lower. Acid is trying to cover him, and he's just going to have to run inside, go in for the pre-fire. Can't quite get it. Acid with one onto Blarn, Glow with the one onto Adam, Shrines one onto Vandal, and it's all up to Acid. Can he get the kill? He could win it. He's so weak, but he has to get the pre-fire, and he can't quite get it. He's just a little bit too far behind. Oh, that was so close, but well played by Orgless. They're very patiently done. They took their opportunities to retake control of the map right when they needed to. They didn't get overly aggressive when they felt like they were in a pinch. So well played by them.
Yeah, very well played by Orgless indeed. And I mean, I think that round had to do off the back of Glamoji on that Mozzie. He retook the top floor with that player repelling into the CEO office, and then was able to deny that entry in the site by Adam and drop the diffuser onto the ground. That was a big play, and ultimately wasted enough time for the rest of his team to, I mean, he ended up dying off with a nice shot by Acid, but it allowed for his teammate on the Maestro to stay alive and just live out the rest of that round. So definitely a big play there by Glamoji, and I honestly give that last round to him, basically.
Yeah, there were a couple things about that round that you have to take note of. The first is that England could have killed Shrines, the Maestro, very early in the round. That could have been a kill that got capitalized on, but it did not. Then the thing that happened after that was important was, yes, there were a few trades on yellow stairs, but like you said, Glow retaking up top as Mozzie, and the problem there is it's a timing thing, because not only did Beastly like not really need to repel in there, say he holds the angle for another 5 seconds or so without that coverage from above that Glow was able to retake and utilize from above the hatch, they weren't going to be able to defend that site without directly peeking into lines of sight that Rise were already anticipating. So in terms of the timing of that round, it was perfectly timed for Glow to retake that position, and unfortunate timing for Beastly, who just happened to rappel in at just the right moment when Glow was coming around the corner. Even though he's kind of anticipating, you know, what's happening, it's not like he doesn't know Beastly's there and Beastly just appeared in front of him. At the same time, you have to recognize that certain things that happen in rounds can be based on solely on just bad timing, and I think that was some bad timing we saw from Beastly, but well played by Glowmoji either way.
Yeah, we will see the first kill of the round go in favor of Vandalist. He's actually going to light up Glowmoji as well through the floor. Nice angle.
Like
no, nice angle play from Vandal to try to take a lot of damage, and it'll ultimately be Acid to take that final blow onto the Jackal. So that's a big operator to take off the board early on. Not only is that the Jackal, the ability to track any roamer on the map or any person on the map, of course, aside from Caveira, but also the only set of smokes from this attack. So definitely an early pick, and not the best pick, not the best operator to lose if you're on the attack. But either way, it looks like they're still going to try to take control of this top floor. It doesn't seem like anybody's playing. I don't know. There is going to be England inside a connector, and we do have Adam over on yellow stairs, and the attack kind of taking their time here. It doesn't seem like they have the most intel on these players, as Tracken's going to try to drone in and try to gather that intel for the rest of his team before they make this push happen.
Yeah, the angle that they need to be aware of is the one on the yellow stairs. Adam is holding a very, very long angle from yellow stairs all the way towards the top of the doorway to projector. So that's the angle they really need to be worried about. It's like, it might seem like it's okay to push into the site, but it's not, as Adam does take down Track and is going to relocate his position still with firm control of the top of yellow stairs. Shrines does have a good position. He's going to take down one onto Acid. That was the flank, most likely incoming, as another EE1D is going to go off and hold the defenders in their position while the attackers try to take some ground into the site. But it's not looking good for them, as Shrines is going to get taken down. Adam now relocating and seeing another. Great rotate and a great shot from Adam. This was a great defensive setup, solely based on the fact that it's like, yes, the attackers can drone out the site. They can see that the site is clear, and they know that there's going to be a player playing inside of connector, because that's just a position that you anticipate defenders to be playing in general. But not knowing how deep the angle from bathroom really was there is something that they're going to have to take note of the next time they have to attack there, because if they are going to attack there, they either need to be anticipating that angle and shooting back at it as they come through the door. Yeah, we lost the Discord call there for a second.
Yeah, that was my bad. I don't know what happened there, but I got disconnected.
Oh, well, just reshare your screen with me. I don't know if the stream could finish what I was saying, but they need to either challenge the angle as they come through the door next time they attack there, or they need to dedicate a player to try to remove Adam from that position, at least momentarily, while they execute onto the site. That would be how they counter that, because that was the only reason they lost that round, essentially. Other than the two players getting picked off early, with great plays from, you know, obscure holes being shot through the floor that using angles that you would typically see on different defensive locations.
Yeah, definitely just a lot of holes from that defense, and just too many angles for the attack to really deal with. So definitely big work from Rise and knowing what those angles are and knowing where the attack is coming from, and being able to open those on the fly in order to prevent that attack from actually making its way deep into the building, shutting it down before they can actually gain too much control. So definitely big work from them, as it looks like we're going to be even working our way over to a console, or to a admin take. It does seem like Tracken's joining out this main lobby, as Glow and Blarn are going to enter in through the garage yet again. So hopefully Glowmoji isn't going to be dying off too early in this round through the floor, or to Beastly on the spiral stairs, as it looks like he's going to be playing on yellow. The only real roamer right now is going to be England and Vandal. So Vandal still has these holes open inside of Antechamber, so definitely look for Glowmoji to be wearisome of this. I'm not sure if he knows that these holes are here or not. He hasn't made his way into the kitchen just yet, but if he does, he will be met with that Mozzie on the commando yet again.
I'm confused. Didn't they just win this site?
No, they won the lobby. They went downstairs last.
Oh, that was
last
a
round.
lobby.
Yeah, that was a
Okay.
lobby defense.
Okay, but they're playing it pretty much the
Yes.
same way then.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay, that's where I was confused. I apologize.
No, all good, all good. I kind of thought
I could have swore the attack was upstairs. Like,
the
defense was
attackers were
upstairs before.
the attackers were just attacking upstairs completely out last round. So it kind of looked like it was a top floor hold last round, but this is gonna be the one round that we actually do see the top floor. And so again, like you said, we're gonna be seeing like the pulse, the double nitro cell down below. So that's gonna be interesting. As it looks like England is getting scanned by the Jackal. It looks like he actually tracked onto somebody else, possibly. No, he's just gonna be trying to gather more footprints as he's got somebody on yellow stairs. Oh no, someone's on Z. What are you doing, England? Has no idea the Glamoji's there. That's a free kill as he's caught with the scanner in his hands, trying to take pictures. Will be Acid to try to get the refrag here. And Acid with a second one in this long angle from bathroom all the way onto the meeting door. This angle played so often, just not going to be expecting it. Blarn and Trippin. Gonna be a 4v3 now as it's gonna be Glamoji. Can he find the second kill? No, just barely misses the headshot there onto Vandal.
Yeah, it's the attacker's still in good position even with 30 seconds left. The defenders though have all the utility they need and the plant denial all in their favor. Chakin is going to be going for the plant. Can a C4 pop out to stop it? No, but actually Glow's going to be covering, and there is going to be a C4 from below to stop this plant from going down. Well timed by Vandal. Only 20 seconds left as Acid and Beastly just need to play safe. Acid still holding this very, very long angle, and once again, this bathroom angle just proving to be too strong for the attackers to try to fight directly. They have to dedicate someone to getting on this bathroom window and just try to, you know, bait a jump out or something, even though, yeah, that can waste a lot of time on the attacking round. Removing that defender from the bathroom would give them so much more, you know, potential to get the plant down, as Acid now with 10 kills at the moment, just sitting pretty at the top of the leaderboard. So 4-4 now, score is tied. You know, Rise are definitely back in this game. We saw them down 0-3 before. Yeah, it's looking, I think that both these teams are definitely looking good. I just think that Rise are really just kind of coming into their, you know, coming into themselves a little bit, just, you know, waking up more as this game is progressing. So Orgless are going to have to try to shut them down, really put a wrench in the machine that we know to be Rise at least in the past 2 weeks. They've just been looking so good. So what do you think of Jackal finally getting nerfed? What do you think of them finally changing the way his utility works?
So I just heard about this yesterday, and so let me confirm this. The nerf is that, so based on how old the footprints are is how many scans he's gonna get onto the player, and the second thing is that he has the option to either share the scans with himself or with his whole team.
Yes.
And if he shares them with the entire team, that means that he can't see the footprints anymore. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay.
That seems to be how they're fixing that. They also are getting rid of Jackal's ability to track players from below.
Oh.
So being able to shotgun the floor and scan footprints from below is no longer going to be an option.
Okay.
So that will be helpful. Obviously, the pings will still be relevant to a certain extent. It's just like the way that they're changing his ability, I think, is a good start. I think they're going to have to adjust it later because it's going to take a while for players to understand how to utilize that ability more efficiently now that they're changing it so drastically.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So it's going to take some time.
But I definitely think that that's going to be interesting, to say the least. I think that that's going to help the Jackal mains. It's going to definitely downgrade his ability, but I think in the long run it's going to be what's best for the game and for the game's health. I think he's in a very overpowered spot, especially if you compare him with a Lion, which is what we're seeing Orgless do right now. And well, I mean, we've seen some big teams. I know that we saw LG, Luminosity. We saw them use this a lot against reciprocity in the last Pro League playday. So definitely gonna make this a lot harder for to pair a Jackal and a Lion together. So definitely gonna be interesting.
Oh, what a shot coming from the spiral staircase from Acid onto Glow. That's the Jackal off the board. Smokes are gone. That is utility traded. And it looks like Adam on Castle. Is that what that was? Adam on Castle
Yes.
no longer in the match either. Another E1D is going to go out. They still have 2 left. Preferably saving 1 for the execution of the site, as Blarn is just trying to clear out that Maestro camera. Not quite being able to get it, but now we'll be able to just shoot it from under the van. But they're waiting a long time to try to get rid of it. All right, they finally get rid of it. So Beastly playing behind the white van is very, very weak and low on health. He's not going to be able to challenge at all except for the very last second. If he has a C4 in hand, that's definitely going to be what he's waiting for, as this attack is all going to be pushing in from the garage at some point. Blarn looking for some pre-fires, not quite landing it. And it looks like there's some... Ooh, nice shot from Blarn, now going to push his way in, looking towards pipes, going for some pre-fires, not quite landing it, but the shots from above from England still up in the bathroom are going to prevent that inevitable push in. Beastly no longer with C4 in hand, but still with a sliver of health. Oh, England with one more shot, and Rise are going to win it out. England getting the shots from above onto what I believe was the planter behind the van, unless he just came down yellow stairs. Yeah. Well played by Rise there. Not a lot of control taken by Orgless, and I think that that's kind of what comes back to bite them, you know?
No, they didn't take control of upstairs at all. It looked like that was going to be Glamoji's job, was to try to take control of main lobby. Unfortunately, he got deleted by Vandal on the spiral stairs. So...
It was Acid. I think it was Acid.
You're right. Acid. You're right. It was Acid. Yeah. You're right. You're right. He got deleted either way, but... If Glamoji was able to try to push into Piano and try to take that player out of Bathroom, I think that it could have been a different round. Obviously, that would have put them in a 4v3 going into the later half. But again, it's curious to see that both of these teams on their garage attacks are deciding to open up that main garage wall with about 40 to 30 seconds left. It's definitely... not something that you normally see. It's very patient play. You know, you want to get that intel and you want to be able to get those batteries off before you make the push happen. You don't even really need to make the push happen until those last 30 seconds. Because for me, I'm so used to ranked where like, oh, you're gonna get the wall open up like right now. 2 minutes into the 2 minutes left in the round, and we're already just staring through the thermite wall. And pro players aren't going to be peeking those angles, so there's not really a reason to open up that wall that early on unless you're going to be going for a quick plant. Definitely just a lot of slow and methodical play coming out from both sides here.
Yeah, I think that tactically opening up the garage early seems to just kind of be overhyped in a sense. Like you said, you don't really have to open it early. I think it just comes down to like team preference as to, like, do we want to open this up early? But I think that what it really comes down to sometimes is once you open up the garage and you pick which side you're going to be sitting on, per se, like, are you sitting on the yellow stairs side or are you sitting on the side towards police line? It's sort of like once you open it up, you can't cross back over the garage safely. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you have to rotate quickly, it kind of shuts you down. That's just one of the reasons you might not want to open the garage early. If you have to rotate quickly from one side of the map to the other, it's either you're stuck on one side or you have to, you know, go up to the roof and rotate that way, and that still takes a ton of time. So I think that that's part of the reason why teams don't open it. But it also just, I think, comes down to team preference. Once Jackal was taken out at the front door, they just decided not to, you know, they just decided to forego upstairs control completely. Say we're just going to push in through the garage and try to win the fights. And normally you would see that work. But the reason it didn't was because the hatch in bathroom was open, and it gives a lot of control from above to the defenders if they have control of that location. So, you know, you're seeing positions like White Van being bolstered in the sense that you can't just run in and kill that guy behind the White Van with a pre-fire while the rest of your team holds angles behind outside the garage. Adam now playing once again at the top of yellow stairs, going into a fight and is going to get take some shots, but Blarn gets one onto England, then Beastly trades one back onto Glamoji. Blarn now coming down spiral staircase is going to get called out by Beastly. I think, no, that's not him getting called out, that's his teammate.
Yeah.
Shrines, I believe, getting called out at the moment anyway. Adam with one, Vandal with another, Tracken and Shrines go down. Blarn needs to push in, but he's going to get spotted on the camera, going for some pre-fires, and is going to get into a fight. Can he win it? He's so close, but not quite landing his shots. Unfortunate. Trippin now just still holding an angle as Adam is going to retreat all the way back downstairs to the bottom of yellow, effectively removing himself from the fight completely, and Blarn just kind of left at the top of spiral stairs like, what do I do now? More intel being gathered by Beastly. No C4 in hand, however, is just going to be looking for any intel that he can to try to relay to his team, as Trippin is going to be looking towards the piano, narrowly misses Adam, rotating towards the windows as the camera does get shot. He's now pushing his way in, and Blarn is going to be trying to cover him from above as he's going to fake the plant, try to force the players to move into his crosshairs, but not quite netting anything yet, as Adam is just waiting. Could go for a jump out, and I think that's what he's going to do if the plant goes down. Blarn is just patiently waiting, and the plant is actually going to go down as Adam does take one out, and then Acid's going to trade it back immediately. So whether Adam jumped out or not, he waited for the perfect moment to go for that kill, and Blarn unfortunately not prepared for the inevitable peak from Acid, which is who he was pretty much trying to cover from. It's going to end up losing the fight, and Rise bring themselves to match point, I believe, correct?
Yeah, match point
Or map
indeed.
point.
And yeah, well, yeah,
Yep.
map point. And it's been a flawless second half on the side of Rise. And I said it. I told you this map is defender sided, so I wasn't too worried about Rise going down 4-2 at the end of that last half, just based off of how Consulate is normally played, and it just seems like Orgless have had no response to these defenses from Rise, and I mean Rise have just shown that. And they've shown why they probably deserve to be the 1 or 2 spot here inside of NA Challenger League. Again, for those of you that weren't here, it is Obey right now up by 2 points at the moment over Rise Nation. So I believe we'll be seeing Obey play later tonight. So Rise, if they do win this map, I mean, they've already secured themselves 1 point. So they'll at least be 1 below Rise or below Obey. But if they can secure all 3 points, they'll propel themselves yet again into that number 1 spot by 1 point. So they're definitely looking for those 3 points, as they're trying to secure their I guess the relegation spot. I guess that's how you would say it, but they're not getting relegated. They're the ones trying to go into Pro League. So they're trying to secure their chance at playing inside of Pro League next season. So definitely looking for them to try to close this out on a top 4 defense here.
With that being said, it has been, officially determined now after the last NA Playday for Pro League that the top 2 teams from Challenger League will be playing against Sonics and Rogue to see who makes it into Pro League or who stays in Pro League. Shrine's actually going to be coming onto the Blackbeard now. This is the first time we've seen him play tonight. And I can't tell if this is a move out of desperation or there's some kind of specific angle that they want Shrines to hold. I'd imagine based on the positioning of him at the moment that he would either rotate over to the balcony or try to watch the hallway from vending machine and just hold down that long angles that Rise seem to be peeking into constantly. He's just going to be moving his way through admin now, going to eventually move his way through projector. The defenders all just sitting tight and waiting. They know that in this scenario on match point, it's up to the attackers to make something happen, not for the defenders to get overly aggressive and force their hand. So Rise are just going to be sitting patiently, 1 in the bathroom, 2 below, 1 in the connector, and then 1 looks like he's on yellow stairs going for a flank right now, but he's being... Oh! What a shot from Beastly onto Glow!
Oh.
I think Glow even knew he was coming.
Yes.
Just straight up lost the fight. So great shot from Beastly. Just well-timed aggression. And that's all the aggression they're going to need in this round, as the attackers are going to be left scrambling now to try to figure out what they want to do next. Lots of spots coming out, most likely from drones from Ozzy and England's intel he's gathering from the Pulse. Trippin now on the balcony. Blarn playing at the top of Visa's staircase, 1 most likely watching his flank, or at least a drone anyway, as Tracken's going to be rotating his way up to cover the planter from outside these windows, I would assume, as he just finally gets onto the balcony. Could go in, can't hear the audio anymore, so I'm not quite sure exactly what's going on all over the map.
Oh.
But Shrines is going to be challenging the hallway. Lauren's still holding an angle towards connector. And with about 40 seconds left, the attackers have to make something happen here. They have to jump in and start trying to go for a plant. And Shrine's going to pick up one onto Adam. That's a big kill. Smoke gone. England still waiting in the circle desk as Vandal is watching him. Tripping getting one onto Beastly and Acid getting one onto Shrines. So it's getting traded out,
What?
and then an immediate comeback trade downstairs. And the plant denial goes down. Blarn in a 1v1 scenario with 15 seconds left. Knows the last defender is downstairs. Has to try to go for the plant. Can he get to a position where he's not getting spotted? He does. Oh, he tried. I don't know what's happening. He's dropping the diffuser for some reason. He's now going to be going for the plant. In probably not the best position. I'm just going to have to say he's probably going to get pre-fired immediately through the wall here. And Vandal will clean it up there. GG's, Rise Nation cementing once again at the very least their second place position still. We still have one more map to play between these two teams, so we're gonna have to see where it goes from there. But Rise just overall looking better, and a couple small mistakes once again from Orgless that just seem to make a huge difference when it comes to playing a team like Rise.
Yeah, they definitely just did not have the coordination that we saw from Rise and that we've been seeing from Rise. So